about what I will personally label the idiocy of Team USA women's basketball.
And this is absolutely stunning. Stephen A. Smith just dropped a bombshell nobody saw coming. One of the most powerful voices in sports has now confirmed what fans everywhere quietly suspected. Caitlin Clark has stepped away from Team USA entirely after being snubbed and benched from the official Olympic roster.
She's white. And because of that, when you consider some of the hard times other people gave her, they were resentful of the fact that this white girl came on the scene where there was a bunch of sisters that preceded her, spanning decades, that were big time, that deserved a lot of credit. I mean, people looked at the Cheryl Swoops of the world, the Maya Moores of the world, and others, and they said, yo, there was a bunch of people that came before her that did big things for the WNBA. I respect it. It is right. I appreciate it. But whiteness does have its privileges, especially when you got a game. And what a lot of people weren't willing or were a bit reluctant to appreciate was the game on this young white sister of ours. She can ball. And oh, by the way, she was a great ambassador for the game. And by the way, she came in there and looked out for everybody else. For 22 years, they couldn't get chartered flights. That sister got there, and it was done in 2 weeks.
Let's get one thing straight. This is no rumor. When Stephen A. Smith speaks this loudly, it means something massive is happening behind the scenes, something the public hasn't been allowed to see. His explosive comments weren't just a critique. They were a spotlight shining directly on a system that's been quietly sabotaging women's basketball for years. The Olympic roster announcement is usually forgettable. A list drops, fans react, and everyone moves on. But not this time, when the leak revealed that Caitlin Clark, the one player who could fill empty arenas by herself, wasn't going to Paris. The reaction wasn't mild confusion. It was pure outrage. Analysts, fans, even casual viewers couldn't believe the sport's biggest draw was left at home.
What the hell is going on with WNBA that they cannot handle all this attention that they're getting, as well as the hate and anger towards Caitlin Clark?
When it comes to Caitlin Clark, now I'm taking it because I was calling it from day one. You got people that are resentful towards her. It's really not about her, guys. It's about what she represents. Before she ever came along, there were a lot of outstanding basketball players who happened to be black females that was doing their thing on the WNBA level, and they never got this kind of shine. This girl, the Golden Goose, comes along, and she wreaks havoc. She's a star caliber player who draws this attention, and maybe it's because that fan base that she has and her being a young white lady contributes to it. So
the committee hid behind vague excuses: experience, 3-year commitment, core group. On paper, sure, that sounds reasonable, but guess what? Superstars don't wait in line. You don't bench Michael Jordan because he's new, you don't sideline Tiger Woods because he hasn't paid his dues. When you have a generational talent, you put them on the team. End of story. But insiders quickly leaked the ugly truth. This wasn't about merit. This was a message aimed at Caitlin Clark. The committee feared that the circus of attention she brings. They worried about veteran players feeling overshadowed. Instead of growing the sport, they protected egos. That's when Stephen A. Smith absolutely unloaded that he shredded every excuse the committee offered.
Are we really trying to grow the game? Because this is the most popular women's basketball player in the world, and it ain't close. They had to move the Mystic game to an NBA arena. Name the time. And I'm going to turn it over to you because I don't want to get long-winded. I want somebody, one of our women colleagues, Stephen A., to tell me when a WNBA game has had to be moved because of a woman player. Just one. Just tell me one. Because I know in her attendance, she's averaging about 17,000. All the other WNBA games in which she's not a participant average about 7. So are we really trying to go the game? Is that what we're really trying to do? Or are we just talking about we're trying to grow the game?
He argued that the Olympics aren't about competition for Team USA anymore. The gold is practically automatic. The real mission is to grow the game globally. And they had the biggest marketing opportunity in women's basketball history, and tossed it in the trash. Smith suggested something even deeper. This snub wasn't just disrespect. That it may have permanently damaged Clark's relationship with USA basketball. Her camp didn't forget who stayed silent.
WNBA does. You got a max salary at $250,000. You had attendance, although it was trending in the right direction, certainly wasn't where you wanted it to be. And as Shannon pointed out, just the other day, you got a team in the Indiana Fever with their struggling selves, struggling to win a damn game and be relevant. No team in the WNBA was worse other than the winless Washington Mystics, okay? And they went from 4,000 in attendance to 17,000. This girl is box office. I said a rising tide lifts all boats. What you do, especially if you're Team USA and you're trying to be globalized, it is an opportunity to globalize the WNBA brand. So people like Brittany Griner, God bless her soul, and others don't have to go to Russia
And let's be brutally honest. The real reason behind all this, jealousy, Diana Taurasi's reality is coming comment. Cheryl swoops endlessly downplaying Clark's records, veterans bristling at her massive spotlight. These aren't normal critiques, they were personal, targeted, different. These legends played in half-empty arenas their whole careers. They fought for scraps. And now a 22-year-old shows up filling NBA arenas, flying private, and signing $20 to $50 million endorsements before her first pro game. That kind of success doesn't just turn heads, it stirs resentment.
Decisions, marketing. I want people watching. I want eyeballs. I want advertising dollars. Why? Because he'll get paid. Y'all will get paid. And guess who else will get paid? You see where I'm coming from? That's what it's about. Stop acting otherwise. We know this. You don't sit up there and pass on Caitlin Clark. It was stupid, Team USA. It was.
And the jealousy didn't stay behind the scenes. That IT turned dangerous. From cheap shots to blatant non-basketball hits, the Kennedy Carter hip check being the clearest example. Clark has been treated like an outsider, not a superstar. Stephen Smith called out the double standard. If LeBron or Steph took that hit, suspensions would fly within minutes. But for Clark, silence. Why would she want to travel overseas with players who enabled that environment? Then came the so-called backup offer. After fan backlash, USA Basketball reportedly considered offering Clark a standby role, not a real roster spot, just insurance. What did Clark do? She walked away. Quietly. Powerfully.no press conference.no social media rant. Just one message. If I'm not good enough for your roster, I'm not your backup plan. Stephen Smith backed this interpretation completely. Clark knows her worth. She knows the ratings. She knows the numbers. She knows Team USA needed her far more than she needed them. She's resting. Recovering. Letting the committee drown in their own decision. And the numbers don't lie. Games with Caitlin Clark, 300%, 400% higher ratings, arenas whenever she plays, sold out. Teams are literally moving games to NBA arenas just to handle the demand. The Clark effect is real, and Team USA chose to ignore it. NBC bought the Olympic rights expecting massive ratings. Now, they're staring at viewership that might not even match regular season Indiana Fever games. This wasn't just a bad basketball decision. It was catastrophically bad business. Why? Because the culture is broken. A gatekeeping, hostile, insular environment where new fans are criticized instead of welcomed. Where popularity is punished. Where rising stars are treated like threats instead of opportunities. Stephen Smith is right. Caitlin Clark is done with Team USA. And she's right to be. They chose ego over excellence, politics over progress, comfort over common sense, and now they'll feel the consequences on the world's biggest stage. Do you respect Clark's decision to walk away? Should she have fought harder? Or did she make the smartest move of her career? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and make sure you like and subscribe for more breaking sports updates.